comes to this announcement today, how important is it to you that these bigger programs that you've designed stay in place after you leave?
First of all, our priority is to continue to work very, very hard every day to get these tariffs to be dropped. There should be no tariffs between Canada and the United States, not just because we have a free trade agreement that says there should be no tariffs between us, but because it is good for the Canadian economy and the American economy. It is good for Americans and Canadians for us to be working together on big things, particularly in an uncertain world. So the goal is get these tariffs off. Now, the Americans are continuing to look at different steps, including the early April marker of larger commercial and trade reflections, not just with Canada but with the world, and that is very much something that we are working towards as well. But our focus is on ending this trade war, and until we do, we will continue to stay strong for Canadians, and Canadians will continue to stay strong with each other. In regards to this announcement today, so much of what I've focused on over the past number of years has been focused on longer-term impacts. And perhaps it's the example of having heard all my life about a small handful of things that my father was able to do as Prime Minister that continue to have an impact in people's lives today, 30, 40, 50 years later. I think of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. I think of official bilingualism and Official Languages Act. I think of multiculturalism and a few other things that really shaped Canada. So even as we were doing things to make an impact in the immediate, to help Canadians, to drop their childcare fees to $10 a day, for example, to step up on dental care, to deliver a Canada Child benefit that has had a huge impact from coast to coast to coast over the past decade, the thinking has always been not just how does this do well right now and help us in a short term politically or have a political impact short term, but how does this change Canada for the better in resilient ways long into the future? Having $10 a day childcare right across the country for decades and generations to come will have an impact, yes, on immediate affordability for families, but think of the kids that were able to go to quality early learning and child care and get that best start when they show up in grade 1. That impact will carry them through their lives, particularly as more and more studies have shown that those crucial early years shape a young person and eventually an adult's life. Think about the choices that we can make as we look at a strained labor market that has more women, because let's talk about moms, those are the people who are most squeezed in terms of child rearing, to be able to have the confidence and the full choice to stay at home or to advance their career. That changes, not just right now, but it changes for years to come. So the focus that I certainly have in these my last days is making sure that some of those things that we have done that will shape the country for the long term are seen and relied upon by Canadians now and into the coming years, so that no political party, regardless of ideology, will ever think it is a good idea to take away some of these foundational elements. That doesn't mean we don't have lots of debates over conservatives who want to privatize health care, for example. Health care is one of the pillars we all understand, and there's still political debates on it, and there will still be political debates on it. But having families know and be able to rely on $10 a day child care means that particular element of it will be very hard for any future government to turn back, and that is a good thing for Canadians, for families, and for the future of our economy.